There comes a moment in every life when silence grows heavy, so heavy it feels like the world is holding its breath, waiting to see what you will choose. And in that silence, a young man named Liam stood alone in a small village outside Ohio, clutching a dream so bright it hurt to look at. He wanted to become a doctor, one of the greatest the world had ever seen. But he kept waiting for a sign, a spark, the right time. And while he waited, life whispered something that would change everything. There is no perfect moment, only the moment you decide. This message is for the ones who feel like their dream is too big, their life too small, and their timing never quite right. For anyone who's ever told themselves, "I'll start soon, just not today." Because dreams don't die from failure, they die from waiting. And Liam was dangerously close to losing his. Liam grew up watching ambulances pass on the highway, sirens slicing through the quiet of the countryside. Each time, he felt a tug in his chest, a whisper of destiny. He imagined himself saving lives, traveling the world, wearing a white coat that meant something. But the vision was always stronger than his actions. His parents worked long hours, and everyone in the village knew Liam as the smart kid with the big dream and the terrible habits. He procrastinated, slept too late, pushed assignments aside, promised himself he'd start tomorrow. And every sunset brought a quiet guilt that pressed on his ribs. He wanted greatness, but he wasn't willing to move. Some nights, he'd sit outside on the wooden steps of his home, staring at the glow of a distant city on the horizon. He'd whisper, "One day, that will be me." But one day never came, because he kept waiting for perfect motivation, perfect clarity, perfect confidence. He didn't realize that waiting was slowly killing him. Dreams don't demand perfection, they demand movement. Life isn't shaped by miracles, it's shaped by momentum. There is no divine announcement that tells you the time is right. No lightning bolt moment that pushes you into purpose. The world doesn't pause until you feel ready. Liam believed readiness was something that arrived quietly, like a package on the doorstep. But readiness is something you create, step by step, day by day, in the middle of your fear, your doubt, your tiredness. The perfect moment isn't something you find. It's something you build with imperfect steps. One evening, after failing yet another exam he barely studied for, Liam walked home in the cold, his breath shaking in the air. He felt small, ashamed, defeated. He passed by the village's tiny clinic, where the lights were still on. Through the window, he saw a doctor, old, worn, tired, holding the hand of a frightened child. No cameras, no applause, no spotlight, just a moment of humanity. And something inside Liam cracked. He pressed his palm to the cold glass, watching that doctor work with purpose, with calm, with heart. That was the life he wanted, a life that meant something. And for the first time, the truth hit him like a storm breaking open. Dreams aren't waiting for perfect people. They're waiting for brave ones. He realized that if he didn't act now, then when? If he didn't fight for his dream today, why would he fight for it tomorrow? He understood that the perfect moment would never come. Not for him, not for anyone. He walked home faster than usual, heart pounding, as if something inside him had finally woken up. From that night forward, Liam stopped waiting and started waking up early. Started studying with fire instead of guilt. Started believing that imperfect action was infinitely more powerful than perfect intention. It wasn't easy. It wasn't glamorous. But it was movement. And movement, no matter how small, begins the transformation. You don't need the stars to align. You don't need every plan to be flawless. You don't need overwhelming confidence or supernatural motivation. You only need to begin. Because life doesn't reward the ones who wait for perfect timing. Life rewards the ones who dare to step forward while everything is still uncertain. So wherever you are, whatever your dream, listen carefully. The perfect moment is not coming. The moment is now. And the world is waiting for the version of you who finally chooses to rise.